I wake up to the harsh beeping of machines. My body feels cold and heavy, like I'm anchored to this hospital bed. Light flickers overhead, making me squint. That's when I see Ethan. He's seated by my side, eyes hollow and arms crossed. He speaks without warmth. "You lost the baby." My mind reels. I can't recall the last few hours. Was I in surgery? Where's the nurse? My hand moves to my stomach on instinct, but it's suddenly so empty. Tears sting my eyes. Ethan leans in, not to comfort me, but to strike another blow. "If you'd taken better care of yourself," he says quietly, "maybe this wouldn't have happened." A thick lump settles in my throat. I wait for him to take it back, to hold me close, to say he's just stressed. Instead, he pulls away. "Claire," he presses, "it's your fault. I hope you understand that." His words cut deeper than any scalpel. I'm desperate for a supportive touch, a kind face. Instead, the only person with me is pinning blame on my already shattered heart. In my trembling silence, I wonder, when did he become so cold? And what else have I missed? I'm back at home a week later. Every step feels unsteady. My arms still ache, longing for the baby I never got to hold. Ethan avoids my gaze. He brushes past me, quiet and brooding. Then a strange memory hits. The smoothie. It was a few days before the miscarriage. Ethan handed me a tall glass of blended fruit. It smelled sweet, but the flavor was off, faintly bitter, almost chalky. I drank half, telling him it was unique. He insisted I finish it. He watched me closely, too closely, so I lied and said it was good. But a knot formed in my stomach that day, and not just from the pregnancy. Now that taste haunts me. I recall dumping the rest in a plastic container in the freezer, thinking I'd politely toss it later. But I never did. I can't explain why the memory rattles me so much. It's just a smoothie, right? Yet the edge in Ethan's eyes that day felt like something else. I shiver as I remember how forceful he was about me finishing it. My chest tightens. Could a drink be linked to my baby's loss? That sounds insane. But then, so does everything else lately. I tear through the house, searching every drawer, every shelf, my heart pounding. Where is the latest ultrasound photo? The one that showed my baby's tiny fingers and toes? I remember wrapping it in tissue paper and placing it in my journal. That journal was my safe place. But now, both the photo and journal are gone. I corner Ethan in the living room. "Have you seen my journal? It had..." I swallow, trying not to break. "It had our baby's ultrasound." He barely looks up from his phone. I must have thrown it out while tidying. Thrown it out? My stomach twists. Who throws out an ultrasound photo, especially when you've just lost a child? "I hid it," I say quietly, my voice shaking. "It was inside a drawer." Ethan's gaze hardens. I said I was cleaning. There's no remorse in his eyes, no hint of sadness at seeing me unravel, just cold. He stands, brushing past me like it's nothing. Inside, I feel a surge of anger. I clutch the edge of the counter, fighting tears. I don't understand why he's erasing the few memories I have left. Still, something tells me it's not just indifference. It's deliberate. I reach for my phone, my mind screaming for Lena. She's my best friend, my confidant. We grew up together, sharing secrets in middle school hallways. But as I scroll through my contacts, my phone buzzes first. "Lena, I heard what happened. I'm here if you ever feel ready to talk. But Ethan said you need space. Please know I love you, no matter what." My eyes widen. Need space? He told her that? I never said any such thing. I glance toward the kitchen. Ethan stands there, arms folded, watching me. It's like he's daring me to call her. I type back, "I need you." But then I hesitate. I imagine him reading my messages, twisting my words. If he's already convinced her I'm fragile or unstable, what else has he told her behind my back? My chest tightens. My entire support system feels cut off with a few manipulative words. I'm alone in this house, grieving and unsure. I tuck the phone away. I won't give Ethan ammunition. But the isolation is suffocating. I can't shake the feeling that he's shutting down every path I have to the outside world. Days pass in a blur. I move like a ghost through the house, careful not to provoke Ethan. He goes to work. I stay home and pretend to heal. One evening, while folding his shirts, something slips from his coat pocket. It's a wrinkled pharmacy receipt. My eyes skim down the list. Painkillers, cough syrup. Then one item stands out, bold and terrifying. Misoprostol. My heart nearly stops. I'm a nutritionist. I know what that drug is often used for. My mind spins. Misoprostol is used for ulcers, but also to terminate pregnancies. Fear clutches my throat. I look up to find Ethan standing in the doorway. Before I can think, he snatches the receipt. "Work errand," he says stiffly. "A coworker's girlfriend needed it." My face must show my doubt because he steps closer, voice sharp. "Don't read too much into it. If I say it's not ours, it's not ours." Inside I'm screaming, but outwardly I nod. "Okay." He leaves the room, pockets the receipt. My hand trembles against the laundry basket. If that prescription date lines up with my miscarriage, then everything changes. Did Ethan have a hand in losing our baby? I lock myself in the bathroom and pull up my phone. Heart pounding, I search misoprostol for miscarriage. Immediately, hundreds of pages fill the screen, describing how it can induce labor or end a pregnancy. My breath grows shallow as I recall the timeline. The receipt date was just days before I lost the baby. The smoothie, did it mask the drug? I feel sick. Doubt gnaws at me. This is my husband, the man I once trusted. But his actions, his callous remarks, it all forms a grim puzzle. A memory surfaces, how he insisted on making my meals, telling me to rest. At the time I thought it was sweet, supportive. Now it feels sinister. I run water over my hands, trying to ground myself. The mirror shows a tired woman, eyes red and hollow. I hate the person I see, so afraid and uncertain. Then a surge of anger ignites my chest. If Ethan betrayed me like this, he's not the man I married. I need proof. Real, undeniable evidence. Because if I'm wrong, I'm destroying my marriage for nothing. But if I'm right, then he destroyed my life first. Later that night, Ethan showers after returning from late meetings. I linger by his home office. His desk drawer is locked, something he's never done before. My heart thumps. I grab a small screwdriver from the toolbox, hands shaking. Guilt gnaws at me, but fear pushes me on. With a slight twist, the drawer pops open. Inside, I find items that don't belong in a typical workspace. A wad of cash bound by rubber bands, a prepaid phone, and a stack of printed emails. My pulse roars in my ears. Skimming the messages, I see references to Jay. They're short. "After this, we're free," or "need final confirmation." My stomach twists. Free from what? From me? My hands shake as I pick up the prepaid phone. The screen is locked, but glimpses of text previews say things like, "Can't wait till it's just us." The last message, "Don't forget to buy more of the med." I nearly dropped the phone. This can't be real. But here it is, physical proof that something dark is happening. Suddenly, water stops running, my heart lurches. I shove everything back, relock the drawer, and slip out. My world is spiraling. Ethan insists I attend his company's annual party, to look normal, he says. Though I feel hollow, I agree. Maybe I can learn something. The event is loud, clinking glasses, forced laughter, corporate chatter. I plaster on a shaky smile. Everyone avoids asking me about the miscarriage. It's like they're tiptoeing around broken glass. Then, near the bar, I overhear a drunken coworker chuckle to another. Ethan and Jasmine, practically joined at the hip. He doesn't realize I'm standing behind him, heart pounding. My throat tightens as the coworker adds, "They're always sneaking off for strategy meetings." I slip away before they notice me. Suddenly, Jasmine, a slim woman with glossy hair, appears across the room. She laughs at Ethan's joke, placing a hand on his arm. My chest burns with dread. Later that night, I check Ethan's phone calendar. I see weekly strategy meetings with Jasmine outside normal business hours. Once at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday, my stomach churns with disgust. Is she Jay? Are they conspiring together? Back home, I lie awake, replaying that coworker's drunken slip-up. Ethan's betrayals are multiplying. If Jasmine is part of this, what else are they hiding? I can't shake the suspicion. I dive into our shared credit card statements, scanning for anything unusual. That's when I find it. A monthly rent payment to a property company I've never heard of. And it's under my name. Heart pounding, I drive across town to the address on the statement. The building is a modest brick apartment complex. I watch from a discreet distance, hands sweating on the steering wheel. After 30 minutes, a car pulls up. It's Ethan. He strides confidently to the entrance, punching in a code at the door. A moment later, Jasmine appears in the doorway, greeting him with a kiss. My breath hitches. So that's their secret hideout, and it's registered under my name. Why? For plausible deniability? Some twisted plan to drag me into their affair? I fish my phone from my pocket, heart hammering. I manage a few shaky photos of them on the doorstep. They look so casual, so intimate. My tears threaten to spill, but I force them back. I have to keep my head clear. This is more than cheating. It feels like a trap with my name on it. Back home, I crack open my laptop. I'm no tech wizard, but I'm determined. The apartment's address is managed by a smart lock system. I notice the brand is one Ethan once mentioned. Using my personal details since the place is under my name, I manage to reset the password. It's surprisingly simple. A wave of nervous energy floods me as I access the lock's activity log. I see timestamps. Night after night, Ethan and Jasmine arrived around 9 or 10 p.m. They left hours later, sometimes just before dawn. All those nights, Ethan claimed he was swamped at work. I scroll further back, noticing the entries started weeks into my pregnancy, right around when I started feeling weak and nauseated. My husband was with his mistress while I was losing our baby at home. Disgust twists in my gut. My fingers shake, but I force myself to screen capture every log, saving the evidence. This is the final crack in my belief that maybe I misunderstood. They've been careful, but not careful enough. These digital breadcrumbs paint a clear, vile picture. My mind won't let go of that smoothie. I remember pouring the rest into a plastic container and tucking it at the back of the freezer. Ethan thought I'd tossed it. I retrieve it, heart racing. If there are drug traces, I need proof. I contact a toxicologist I know through an old colleague. My story is vague, just enough to get them curious. A week later, I meet them in a small lab. The results make my head spin. Trace amounts of natural abortifacients, plus a small quantity of misoprostol. They're rarely detectable, but potent in combination. I feel simultaneously vindicated and shattered. Ethan deliberately sabotaged my pregnancy. My teeth clench so hard my jaw hurts. The toxicologist looks grim. Whoever made this wanted it to mimic a natural miscarriage. They used carefully masked ingredients. I clutch the container. This is no misunderstanding. He systematically planned this. I want to scream. Outside the lab, I catch my reflection in a window. My eyes burn with tears, but beneath the pain, a spark of fury takes hold. My marriage is a lie. Ethan murdered our child. My hands shake as I dial the clinic number listed on the pharmacy receipt I found earlier. I pretend to be Jasmine calling to confirm appointments. The receptionist checks the files. "Yes, we see you've been here with Ethan multiple times," she chirps. We discuss long-term options, including birth control and, well, termination procedures. My pulse pounds in my ears. She continues, "We also have some follow-up notes about needing the prescription if you decided to end a pregnancy." I almost drop the phone. I press it closer, forcing myself to stay calm. "Thank you for the info," I say, voice trembling. Hanging up, I feel numb. Ethan and Jasmine had openly considered pregnancy options, possibly for Jasmine. Then they asked about medication that ended up in my system. My miscarriage suddenly feels like a horrifying puzzle piece. My grip tightens on the phone, anger building. He planned everything. How many times did he grin at me while funneling poison into my body? I need more than anger now. I need action. Ethan told our friends and family we were attending couples therapy, claiming we were trying to heal after the miscarriage. But I never stepped foot in a therapist's office. I dial the clinic's therapy department, giving our names. The receptionist sounds confused. "There's no record of Claire and Ethan. Are you sure you have the right practice?" My skin prickles. "Yes, I'm sure. But maybe he used a different name?" She checks again. "We do have sessions under Ethan's name, but the partner's name listed is Jasmine." Shock floods me. They posed as a married couple. He's been painting me as mentally unstable while truly attending therapy with his mistress. My anger boils. Every lie is a thread in a sinister tapestry. He's not just cheating, he's crafting a world where I'm the problem and Jasmine is the supportive wife. I hang up, chest heaving. This is a whole new level of betrayal. I text Lena, "We have to talk. Urgent." No more paralysis. I need a plan. I gather all my evidence, screenshots, photos, receipts, toxicology results, and schedule a consultation with a divorce attorney. The office is small but clean. I sit in a stiff leather chair, nerves rattling. When the lawyer Miss Keyes enters, she offers me a calm, professional smile. "Tell me everything." I share every detail, the suspicious receipt, the phone logs, the hidden apartment, the lab report. With each revelation, her expression shifts from mild concern to grim horror. By the end, her jaw is tight. She exhales slowly. "Claire, this isn't just adultery. This is a criminal act. He conspired to harm you and terminate your pregnancy. We can pursue major charges." My throat feels dry. Hearing it from a legal professional solidifies my nightmare. Still, a flicker of relief stirs inside me. I'm not crazy. Miss Keyes continues, if we do this right, we can ensure he faces criminal liability. Financially, you have a strong case too. But we need to be strategic. If he suspects you're onto him, he might hide assets, or worse. Her eyes meet mine. Are you willing to fight this? I swallow hard. I have to. After my meeting with the lawyer, I return home, bracing myself. If I show any sign of suspicion, Ethan could bolt or destroy evidence. So I force a bright smile, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest. I missed you, I say softly when he steps inside. He hesitates, then nods. Clearly, he's not used to my warmth anymore. I start cooking his favorite meal. He arches an eyebrow but says nothing. Over dinner, I pretend to be thankful he's here, rambling about how I want to heal together. I can almost see his ego swell. He loosens up, telling me random stories about work. His guard slips. Now is my moment. I need more proof, so while he's busy relaxing in front of the TV, I sneak a small device behind the bookshelf. It's a hidden mic that links to an app on my phone. Later that night, I mirror his phone activity onto mine. It's surprisingly easy. He reuses the same simple password for everything. Playing the perfect wife feels sickening, but for the first time, I have a sense of power. It's nearly midnight when my phone buzzes with a notification from the hidden mic. Ethan's voice drifts in, low and excited. He's on a call. Hey babe, he says. Yeah, she's still moping around, but I've got her eating out of my hand. She'll never figure out what happened. She's too soft. I hear Jasmine's laughter on the other end. I can't believe she thinks the miscarriage was her fault. My stomach churns. Every word cuts like a knife. Ethan's tone is smug. Told you. She's easy to manipulate. Once the dust settles, I'll finalize the finances. Then we're free. My nails dig into my palms, shaking with rage. This is the real Ethan. No remorse, no shame, just victory in his voice. I record the entire conversation on my phone. My chest is tight with horror, but beneath it is a searing determination. I have them on tape admitting their lies. I stare at the screen, tears in my eyes, but I don't crumble. Not now. The next morning, I pore through Ethan's files on his mirrored phone. It's like stepping into a world of secrets. Bank statements reveal huge losses from sketchy investments. He's nearly bankrupt. Then I see the offshore account statements. He's been funneling money into a private fund. The beneficiary's name? Jasmine. I scroll, breathless, reading frantic emails between Ethan and various financial advisors. Debt collectors loom, demanding payments. That's when it clicks. A baby would complicate his finances, guaranteeing I'd have a claim on his assets. If I discovered his debts or if he ended up divorcing me, child support would follow. In a note to Jasmine, he wrote, she can't find out how bad this is. If she keeps the baby, she'll get everything when it all goes south. Jasmine replies, no baby, no baggage. My hands tremble. My miscarriage was a cold calculation, not a random tragedy. He wanted me to have a natural loss so no one would question him. I can barely breathe. My heartbreak mixes with fury, all for money, all to keep living the lie. I text Lena, come over, urgent, don't tell Ethan. She arrives within the hour, face tense. I lead her to my bedroom, lock the door, then lay out everything. The toxicology report, the hidden apartment photos, the phone recordings. With each piece of evidence, her eyes widen, tears gathering at the corners. Oh my God, she whispers. Claire, this is monstrous. We spend hours piecing it all together into a digital folder. Lena helps me scan documents, upload them to a secure cloud account, and label each file. She's methodical, despite her trembling hands. We label them Smoothie Lab, misoprostol receipt, apartment record, phone conversations. The list grows. By the end of the night, the folder is massive, a testament to Ethan's twisted web of lies. We save everything on multiple flash drives, hide them in different locations. If Ethan or Jasmine tries to wipe one source, we'll still have backups. Lena squeezes my hand. We'll get him, Claire. I swallow, feeling both fear and relief. I'm not alone anymore. With Lena's help, I acquire a burner phone and text Jasmine directly. You helped do this to me. If you want to save yourself, you'll talk. I watch the screen for any sign of response. Hours tick by, then a day. I start to think she won't break. On the second day, an email lands in the secure account I set up. Subject: I didn't know. It's from Jasmine. My heart races as I read. Claire, I'm sorry. I just said I wouldn't raise another woman's kid. I didn't know Ethan would do something like that. Smoothie. He said he was handling it. I feel terrible. My blood boils. She's claiming ignorance, but she's complicit, at least morally. Still, this is a crack in their alliance. She's panicking. I forward the email to Lena. She calls me immediately. This is good. It proves she knew something. She's scared. My jaw sets. If Jasmine is afraid, then maybe she'll help me nail Ethan to the wall. I feel a twisted kind of satisfaction. Let them turn on each other. I decide it's time to confront Ethan face to face. Not with the whole truth, just enough to rattle him. I prepare a quiet dinner, set the table with candles. He walks in, suspicious but intrigued by the sudden warmth. We sit. My stomach is a knot of nerves, but I keep my voice calm. I slide a small folder across the table. Inside are a few printouts, a snippet of bank statements, a partial toxicology page, and one photo of him kissing Jasmine. His eyes dart over them. He goes pale for a second before his face hardens into a sneer. What is this? My heart pounds. Evidence, I say, voice steady. I know about the money, the affair, the smoothie. He slams the folder shut, anger radiating off him. If you say a word, I'll destroy you, he hisses. You have no idea what you're getting into. He thinks he can scare me. I fold my hands, meeting his gaze. I'm counting on it. The tension is suffocating. He's caught, but still defiant. I lean back, letting him see my resolve. Tonight, I show him. I'm done playing victim. I don't wait for Ethan to make the next move. That night, I send my entire story, complete with documents, photos, and audio, to a popular YouTuber known for exposing true crime and scandal. I sign off with a simple note. I need the world to know. Within 24 hours, the channel uploads a video titled, "My husband blamed me for my miscarriage, but he and his mistress were responsible." The host shares my evidence in detail, reading Jasmine's email aloud and highlighting the toxicology findings. My phone buzzes non-stop. Notifications flood in, outraged comments, offers of support, thousands of strangers rallying around justice for Claire. It's surreal. Ethan calls me repeatedly, voice hoarse with fury. I let it go to voicemail. He bangs on the locked bedroom door. "You're humiliating me," he yells, voice cracking. "You'll regret this." He storms away, phone in hand, probably trying to do damage control. But it's too late. The internet has exploded. Now the world knows what he did to me and to our baby. Armed with public support and my stacked evidence, I meet Miss Keys again. She's practically beaming with confidence. "They can't ignore this," she says, tapping a thick manila folder. "We're filing for divorce plus pressing charges." She lists them off: medical endangerment, financial fraud, coercive control. The toxicology report and digital proof create a bulletproof case. Even Jasmine's email helps, demonstrating Ethan's plan. Within days, Ethan is arrested. I watch from the window as police officers lead him away, his hands behind his back. He looks stunned, disbelieving. The neighbors peek from their windows, confused but curious. My heart hammers as the squad car disappears. I'm flooded with relief, but also a strange sadness. This is the father of my lost child, the man I once loved, and he's going to jail for what he did to me. Lena calls me immediately. "You okay?" she asks softly. I lean against the wall, eyes closed. "Not sure," I admit, "but I know this is what has to happen." She breathes a sigh of relief. "You're free now, Claire." Court proceedings begin. I sit behind my lawyer, watching Ethan in a suit that suddenly looks too big for him. His eyes flick toward me, brimming with rage. I steel myself. Jasmine takes the stand, trembling. She has a plea deal, so she's decided to testify. The room goes silent as she recounts how Ethan spoke of me. He said if Claire had the baby, he'd be stuck. Child support, sympathy in court, the house, he wanted out. There's a hush. The judge's gaze is stern, the jury's face is grim. The tension is suffocating. I feel Lena's comforting hand on my shoulder. Jasmine continues, voice choked. "He told me he'd handle it. I didn't ask questions. I just said I didn't want to be a stepmom." She looks down, visibly shaken. That's when I realize her cruelty was real, but she never expected Ethan to literally poison me. The entire courtroom feels heavy with shock and disgust. I stare at Ethan, unblinking, as Jasmine's confession seals his fate. After days of testimony, the jury doesn't need long to deliberate. When they file back in, I grip Lena's hand. Ethan stands, shoulders tight. The judge reads the verdict, guilty on multiple counts, including medical endangerment and financial fraud. My ex-husband's face falls. He casts a final glare at me, but I don't flinch. The sentence, 9 years in prison. Jasmine, having cooperated, receives probation. Her face is wet with tears. I'm numb, a dull ache pulsing through my body. It's over. Outside, reporters rush toward me, cameras flash, people cheer and cry, hugging me like I'm an old friend. The hashtag Justice for Claire movement is everywhere. But all I can think is, my baby should be here. None of this will bring them back. Still, a small voice inside me whispers, you survived. I'm granted a financial settlement, the house, and a restraining order. Ethan's family stands off to the side, some in tears, others in shock. I walk past them without a word. Justice came, but at a heartbreaking cost. I settle into a small beach house, waves humming softly outside my window. The sun warms my skin as I record an episode for my new wellness podcast, part therapy, part outreach. My voice still shakes sometimes, but I speak my truth. Hello everyone, it's Claire. Today I want to remind you, you are not crazy, you are not weak, and you are never alone. You deserve to be believed. I pause, remembering the hospital bed, Ethan's accusing eyes, the horrible taste of that smoothie. I exhale, continuing. I faced something unimaginable. The world told me to look away, to stay quiet, to blame myself. But I fought back. If I did it, you can too. The episode goes live, and within days, it spreads across social media. Messages pour in from women thanking me for sharing my story, for giving them hope. One morning, Lena texts me a photo. My brand new women's wellness website is trending. People are rallying behind me, behind the message of empowerment. I stand on the shoreline, toes in the sand, letting the ocean breeze wash over me. Ethan tried to break me. Instead, I built something stronger. My baby's memory lives on in every step I take toward healing. I'm finally at peace.